Okay, we got a couple things going on today. We're going to go ahead and seed some soybeans on this field here. I've already started, as you can see. And we're going to continue planting soybeans on here. We're actually a wee bit early. It's 1 degree before the ground temperature reaches 10 degrees, but it'll probably be okay, honestly. So, as you can see, I've done a couple headlands already just around the area, just to make sure I have a little bit of space to maneuver and whatnot, and make sure I don't miss anything. So that is what we have done already. Hopefully we don't have to shift this course over, although it appears I'm going to have to now, because we're going to miss this little strip right here if I don't. There we go. Still missed the little tiny strip, but that's fine. We'll come back for that. Maybe we won't. We'll know. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I had Courseplay do the headlands already, and I know normally you do that after the fact, but I just had something else to do, so that was a bit easier than just doing it myself. So that's the reason why we did it that way. All right. So we're in mid-spring now, and we're getting ready to plant a few things on the farm. Now, some people asked about plant or doing the VGA stuff, and that's definitely what we'll do soon. We just need to get the appropriate things in line first, because if you don't get things in line, you have to actually pay for the VGA to be fired up once again, which is not cool. Actually, speaking of VGA, we probably could pick up a wheel loader, I think, maybe. Because we have a wheel loader right now, but it's for the forestry area at the moment. Although I could easily move it down to the VGA, but that's like the opposite end of the map. So yeah, wow, it really is the opposite end. So like here's the forestry area, and down here where Green Earth Biogas is, that is the that is the biogas. Wow, that really is like super far away. I'm gonna miss this little tiny bit if I don't do this again. Oh goodness, there's always one little tiny bit you're gonna miss. Lots of happens, depending how you started out. Like, I tend to follow the GPS pretty closely, but when you see such a big discrepancy in what you're gonna miss, it makes you like, ugh, no, I have to get that. Absolutely have to. That's the way it goes sometimes. So, all right, just starting down on the bottom section of this field, the bottom, I don't know, it's the southwest corner of this field, and I've only done like 2 headlands and maybe a couple strips, and we're down to like 30%. We're down 30% in the seeds, and we're down 40% in the fertilizer already. So that is kind of crazy when you think about it. I guess I can close this. We don't really need it. That's funny. The way Courseplay decided to do this field is the same way it's done like most of the other things so far. Actually, I don't know. I did it diagonal this time, so I did it like this, up and down the field, which is kind of bizarre actually. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the implement we're using, and that's the reason why I decided that was the right course of action. But that's what decided it was going to do. But for this specific field, it's still much more efficient to do it yourself, just because the way it's orientated, and the fact that Courseplay doesn't do it this way at all. So it does it like really bizarre ways so far. So yeah, we're gonna have to need to we're gonna have to get some seed and fertilizer down here at some point too. So one of the things that I don't know if there is one of these. If you guys know, if you know about something like this, let me know. I am thinking about where am I here? Cars. The service pickup, except instead of just purchasing the seed and fertilizer from that, is there a truck like that that will store the fertilizer and seed? So I can use my own fertilizer and seeds. I don't have to purchase every time. Now, admittedly, buying it's not really a big problem, but the fact that we have the factories, we might as well use them, right? So at least that's my point of view of this. It just makes more sense. I believe, let me just double check this. We should be getting 3 stages of fertilization, but yep, perfect. Just wanted to double check that to make sure, because heck, if we're not getting 3 stages of fertilization, we're not optimizing our yield on this field here. So yeah, so far we have let's see here, On field 18 we have oats. Field 33 I think is barley, or no, canola on 33. 10 no, 10 we have canola. 33, I'm not sure what we have in 33. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. What is it here? No, one more. Canola on 10, barley on 33, oats on 18, 11 we're going to put into corn, and this is the last one that's in soybeans, so which is good for us. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way. Let's start at the top end of this field, because if I don't do it that way, I think I'm gonna miss the chunks up there. Or at least I'm fairly certain we will. Let's see here. Oh yeah, just a little tiny bit here. Just a little tiny bit. Just because the way I set the GPS up. Go figure. In other news, I recently got a new hard drive. Not because the old one died or anything like that, but I just wanted some additional storage, so I finally picked up an extra hard drive. I've been looking at one for a while now. So I picked up a, what was it, a 4 terabyte Seagate hard drive. This is my second Seagate hard drive, and both of them, so far, this is the one that I'm using to record on right now, is pretty good. So I'm pretty pleased with it so far. It was a good deal. I think it was like 20 or 30% off. Not amazing, but I kept running into situations where I kept running into situations where I didn't have enough space to record anything, which was really frustrating. So I had to, like, you know, record a video, then upload it, then record a video, then upload it, and I couldn't do anything else. I only had a space for like maybe one video at most, sort of thing, so it got really frustrating. So I ended up buying a new hard drive, and then after I bought the hard drive, I realized that the reason why I kept running out of so much space was because the way Windows was managing my backups, which was very frustrating. Apparently, I had it set up so Windows just manages the backups by themselves, and that was causing problems because they were trying to do, like, you know, multiple backups. So I had, like, you know, 100 gigabyte backup, 200 gigabyte backup, 300. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, it kept causing a lot of problems. So I finally changed the backup management so it actually would be better in this context. And now it's like, I think I set it so it's like the minimum number of backups and deletes the old backups, because I had, like, you know, 4 or 5 backups at this point. It was just ridiculous. So I was like, okay, well, might as well just do it so it deletes the old backups and only keeps like one or two of the most current ones, because it was getting ridiculous. Now that I made that change, now I have, like, so much more space on my original recording hard drive, and I'm like, ugh, isn't it always something like that? So, anyways. That was what happened this month, I guess. It was kind of a funny one of those things where, like, oh, okay, well, we have the storage now, so. But it's nice though. It's an internal hard drive, which is nice. So it's interesting that new hard drives don't come with any kind of cables or anything like that. So if you ever get a new hard drive, you got to make sure you got your SATA cables and your power cables and all that. Usually power cables don't come in your hard drives, but sometimes not SATA. I guess maybe SATA cables don't either. Usually the SATA cables, like cables that hook up your hard drive to your motherboard, usually come in your motherboard with your motherboard box. So luckily I had kept that, and I went back and took a look at what I had in there. I'm like, oh, and then luckily I found some of the cables that I need in this context. So hey, there you go. It pays to hold on to things sometimes. Also, I think I had the original boxes for, like, all the components of this computer, which is kind of funny. So it's like, you know, CPU. I think I still have the box. The case, like the case itself, I don't have the box for that because it's just an enormous case. You know, hard drive. No, not hard. Yeah, I think I do have the hard drive one. I don't know. I keep all those things for some reason. I think it has all the receipts in them too. So, anyways, are you like that? Let me know in the comments below. Do you keep all the boxes from your purchases? And I definitely do that for all sorts of things. They still have speakers that I bought. I don't know how many years ago now. Three I don't know. Maybe 5 years ago. No, was it 5? Maybe 5 years ago, we'll say. Maybe more than 5 years. I still have the box of those speakers, and they haven't really moved very much, but the box has now become like a side table. It's so big. It works well. Alright, so we're coming up to about the halfway mark here. I don't know, I'm gauging it's the halfway mark based on where the 8 in the middle of the field is, so I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where the halfway mark would actually be, but this seems about where it would actually be, somewhere in this area. Because you got like maybe like 2 or 3 more passes over here, and that will be done, and then this little tiny section over here that needs to be done, and that's it basically. So, other than that, it gets pretty, once you get rolling, it gets done pretty quickly. It's all about getting set up. It takes a long time. So, although doing the seating in the last little while has made me want to upgrade the seater already. I know that's ridiculous. I think this is like the first season we've actually used it, but I feel like I may want to upgrade it too. Just because I'm like, I wouldn't mind an extra 6 meters. Of seating width. No, actually more than that, isn't it? It's what is this? 18? No, it's 6 meters. So it would be nice. That's more than that actually. No, 18. No, that's right. 6. Something like that. Anyways, it'd be nice to have that extra little bit of seating. Like it's not too bad really, but I'm just in my mind it needs to be a bigger seater. But this will work actually for the most part. I don't know, until we get some of the bigger fields. I think it's probably not super necessary. Like, if we get like 9 or 17, for example, I think both those fields are pretty expensive. I'm pretty sure we can't afford them yet, to be honest with you. Even with our current bank account sitting at $688,000, I'm pretty sure we can't afford those fields. Just put it in perspective, really. So I don't know. And also, with the bigger style maps, it's actually not too bad with Seasons Mod because then you have time to do things. But things take a long time, basically. So. When you're kind of considering like, okay, what should I do next? And you're like, okay, well I could do this and this and this, and then you're like, well, I could do that, but I don't know. That's how I feel it is a little bit. There's always something to do, basically. And also our cows we still have 100 cows because remember, with the Seasons Mod, you only get cows in the summer. They only reproduce in the summer, which is why you make a little bit more money during other times. I think right now, with 100 cows, I think I'm making $50,000 a day with them, I think. And it's only 100. It's not like it's a crazy amount. And that's in the spring, too. It's not even in the winter. So in the winter, I'm guessing it's going to be like maybe $60,000 or $70,000, which is good because it's going to pay for some of the rentals that are the leased vehicles that we have right now. Because we have quite a... I think the leased vehicles we have are like just really big vehicles. That's why it's expensive. So we have this, and this. So these 2 things right here are pretty expensive. And then this truck is actually also pretty expensive too. So this truck I think is $269,000. I think is what it turns out to be. Something crazy like that. You know what? Let's go ahead and just buy that truck. Then I can actually mess around and adjust it. So we're looking at this one right here. If we want the back attacher on it. Does it make a difference if it has the most powerful engine? No, not really. The main color, we'll stick with the green for now. Wheel setup, wide tires, rims. Maybe we'll change the color this time. What should we go for? No, I think we're going to stay at the same color. Let's go ahead and buy it. Because this is what's costing us $10,000. Well, it's only $2,000 per day. Well, actually, it's not that expensive. Why am I thinking things are so expensive then? How much is the... wheel loader then per day? So we have the New Holland one. So $6,000. I guess it must be all combined. It's costing us a lot to lease per day. We can actually check our finances out to see what the actual price is for all of our leased vehicles. So yeah, so $50,000, $6,000. So that's, I guess I didn't do anything with these vehicles, but then there are $55,000. So it's costing us a bit of money here, and that's why I'm like, yeah, let's buy that truck. Then I can actually adjust it if I want to, if I want to change the color. Because once you rent the truck, and oops, I guess we'll leave it. I don't know if that changes the engine note or anything, but main color will go for the green again. Wide tires, rim colors, we'll just leave that as the gray for the time being. We'll just purchase that, and then that means we can get rid of the leased one right here. There we go. Excellent. And I think we'll just go ahead and return this because there's nothing on that. Return that. I don't think there's anything on that either. And then we'll just buy those because we might as well at this point. There we go. Let's get the tipper. We could get the smaller tipper too, but I like the big tipper right now. But what we'll do is we won't get that the same color. Let's say green, maybe a black one, or a gray. Let's go for like a light gray just to change it up a little bit. It's only 40 grand. There we go. And then we also wanted, what else did we want? Bales. We want, where is it here? Right at the end, I guess. No. This guy right here. We'll get this in green. We'll just go for gray. I think it's the same color gray. And that's it. So I think the other things we actually own. So now we actually own that. And then we don't have to pay the leasing costs associated with it either now. Which is good. Because, I don't know, whenever I see the leasing costs go up so much, it always bugs me. We can afford it really easily, mind you, but I like to see the leasing cost as low as possible for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I'm just one of those people who are like, yeah, well, I want to decrease that as best as I can, so. I don't know, like I said in the past, I'm an advocate, I don't know why, but I always want to like just buy things as opposed to just lease it. Because in reality, leasing is still like, that truck is $206,000, so even if it cost us like, we would have to, you know, if I did some math, it would be like, you know, years probably in game. But one of the good things about the Seasons mod has actually changed the resale value of things. So like if you just buy something and then you're like use it for a little bit and just get rid of it, then it's actually pretty cheap. And as you can see on this tractor right here, we have 27 hours on this tractor. 8.7 engine hours left. Okay. Apparently I put a lot of hours on this particular tractor. I wonder what the other tractors are like. 13, 2.6, 7, 0.6. I'm okay with this one being a low one as well. 24. Which one is this? Apparently I have lots of hours on the truck too. Wow, jeez. 1 hour. Point. That's one I just bought. That's the one I just bought. And we're gonna put this in a different group this time. Let's go for group 5, I think. There we go. And that's what the new truck looks like, and we can put the attacher on the front, and we have the back attacher now, so we can attach 2 of these things. 16 hours, 47 hours. Wow, 47 hours on that little guy. Goodness gracious. 10 hours on the Mass Ferguson, 21 on the John Deere. Well, that's pretty impressive, actually. I think the highest number one was that New Holland 8340. That one, for whatever reason, on the farms that I play on, that one is always the highest one because you have to feed your animals like constantly. So I think that's the reason why I have it. That one has so many hours on it. At least that's what I think it's the reason why. At least so. That's crazy. All right, so finishing up this last little section on the southeast corner here of this field, we're gonna go ahead and get this done. Don't have a crazy amount left. We got maybe like 3 or 4 passes at most in this area because we were doing a couple headlands. Over there, it should be perfectly good. Although, I should say, I'm surprised that I haven't used that much seed yet, because we've only used about half of the field, or half of the seed up. So I guess this field's actually much smaller than field 18 then. Or maybe, I don't know, we were planting oats there, so maybe it's just because of the seed itself, which is entirely possible as well. So, alright, let's finish up this little section. There we go. Just gonna do a little bit of a U-turn here in the middle of the field. I'm not sure it actually would be the best way to do this in real life, but well, I guess in reality you wouldn't have done headlands before, but in this case, of course, I did, and that really doesn't help either. All right, I think I'm just gonna go straight and just do a little curved here, a little curved section, just to give ourselves a little bit more more maneuvering space in that area there by the fence. Because that is going to be tight if I try to maneuver this thing without extra space. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3 maybe. I think there may be a bit more than 3. Not much though. Let's see here. Yeah, got a little bit, tiny bit going down there. So yeah, be a bit more than 3. Not much though. All right, finishing off this little section here. And then this field will be done. Like I said, it's a bit early for soybeans, but not really that early, to be honest with you. It's like 9 degrees. The ground temperature is 9 degrees. It needs to be 10 degrees, so I think we'll be okay if I plant now. Next we need to plant is we need to put down corn. Is the next thing we need to plant actually, because we want field 11 to be in corn. And also when our other winter wheat or winter barley, because we planted barley I think on 33 or Yeah, 33. One of those fields over there. Because we planted some winter things, those actually should be ready pretty soon. So if you look at the seasons mod here, so once we get to early summer, we'll be able to harvest our wheat, barley, and canola. So we're midway. So at that point, we can probably plant soybeans. I'm going to try to plant soybeans right after that, and we'll see how it works. Because if we can do that, then we'll be able to make extra money, basically. What do they call it? Double crop, I think is what they call it. Double cropping. Something along those lines. So, all right, is that done? Or almost, I should say. I guess that's supposed to be water. It looks like a slurry pit, to be honest with you. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, it looks like a slurry pit, but I guess it's really water. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Because I know the the pigs do have their own little specific slurry area. Like it doesn't look like a place where you have the cows slurry, is what I'm referring to at least. There we go. There's this. Again, like I said, I shouldn't have done the headlands beforehand, but it's just how I ended up starting this field. Just makes doing some of these, like the finishing off the field's not so bad for some reason. I'm not a big fan of doing the headlands. I don't mind going straight up and down the field, but doing the headlands is the part I dislike the most. So I end up having Courseplay do that a lot, to clean up the edges, because it's much more efficient than I am. Because I'll have to slow down and do like, okay, I'm like, am I gonna make sure I'm getting everything? I got this. Do I got that? That's how I feel about it, at least. So, all right. Second last pass here. It's funny. Inside the cab, I think that church. No, maybe it's not. But I know there's sometimes where, like, depending on how you look at that church, it's perfectly there. See, like, I don't know what it is. As you get closer to it, I guess it changes the. It changes the way it looks. All right, last pass here. There we go, and that'll be that field done now. Nice. And then we only have one more field to plant, I guess, technically, which is field 11, which we're going to put in corn for the BGA, which is not too far from 11. So we'll be able to fire that up hopefully soon. Hopefully being the key word here. There we go. Nice. And done. Sweet. Let's wait for that to fold up there. I think we can call it a day. I think we'll call it right now, actually. Anyways, folks, that's it for me for today. Hope you enjoyed. My name's Iain Robson. If you like what you saw, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Counterline action. I'll catch you guys later.